Hey, everybody, it is Tim Gillette, and we're back here with another episode of the Tim Gillette Show. So we're changing up the studio just a little bit, as you can tell. I mean, everything's changing as we ended up towards the year. We're starting to plan out 2021, and as you see, my camera looks a little different. My lighting looks a little different. Everything looks a little different, and I'm tweaking it as I go. So we got a new high def camera and everything, but I'm excited to be doing interviews again and getting these back up and going. I've spent the last 48 hours kind of like in my own little world, setting up the new studio, setting up some new toys, things like that, and excited now to be having one of our first interviews with this, the new setup, to see how it goes today. And that is, I'm going to bring on somebody who I've known this young lady's dad for a long time, and gotten to know her over the past few years because basically everything her dad does, it includes her. So like they're an inclusive family, and they've been up to my events. You know what I mean? I've watched some of her stuff online. I've watched her journey as she travels around the world, and just like, she's almost like my hero. All right. A younger self hero. So Sarah and her dad, Don, is someone who, like I said, they've been to our events quite a bit. Sarah's going to come on here. I'm sure we're going to talk about her journeys today and just let you guys get to see who she is and how she lives a very, very cool lifestyle for a young kid. So, young kid, I'm calling you a young kid, Sarah.
Oh, I was like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a kid until I'm 30, or I don't even know. just gotta live it up.
Well, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like every time I see stuff that you're doing, it's like, you know, you've lived 30 years worth of experiences in the short time you've been around.
I don't know. There's still a lot to do. Gotta do as much as I can.
Cool. Well, welcome to the show. All right. We're going to find a little bit about you today, and maybe you can tell us about some of the journeys you're on right now. I assume right now you're at home in Houston, right?
Yes, that is correct. I'm home for a month visiting family and friends, and it's been a nice time to like kind of rejuvenate after I came back from California after working as a cellar intern for Michael David Winery.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some intense hours. So just getting to go home for a month and kind of just like decompress and regroup before I go off on my next venture.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've traveled quite a bit, Sarah. What is it that inspired you to go out and live this lifestyle of going out to do an adventure here and adventure there?
That's a good question. Well, guess going back to the beginning, because I graduated high school in 2016, and I worked for 2 years after that as a real estate agent, and I also had like a cubicle type job for like a little stint of that, and that kind of showed me, oh wow, this isn't too much fun, and like this seems a bit backwards to be like working X amount of years and then retiring. It's like, I want to feel like I'm retired now and just like go off and do things while I still have no real commitments. So so 2019 I decided to make a life change, and my dad actually helped me also kind of encouraged me to do that as well. So I moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico through a work exchange, and kind of was like an au pair, just like in exchange for helping take care of family's children and help around the house. I was given a place to stay, and through that I got a job as a snowboard instructor, and then it all kind of went from there.
Wow. And now did you take going into any college education, or are you just putting that off for now, or are you taking schooling online?
Yeah, no college right now for me, just because I don't feel like I can commit to anything right now. I'm not really 100% a dead set on any sort of career. It's kind of I'm pretty happy following the seasons right now, just doing this then and then that, and during that time this or that. I'm not saying no to college. It's just still don't know what I want to do, and I don't really feel like spending a lot of money for college. So
I don't feel bad. I'm in my 50s, Sarah, and I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up either. So, hey, it's fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, what are some of the places, Sarah, that 2016, you graduated high school. What are some of the places you've traveled in over the last 4 years?
Oh, wow. 2019 was when actually really got to travel. So yeah, so 2019, that was the first time I moved out of state and lived out of state on my own. So that was Santa Fe, New Mexico, and from then I was able to meet some people that needed a house sitter in Taipei, Taiwan for the summer of 2019. So went there and house sat for them, and I lived in Taiwan for a total of 5 months. It was just wow, like that was such an eye-opening experience living abroad. And then got to travel to Okinawa, Japan, and travel in Vietnam for 1 full month. Yeah, still
Oh,
so many places to go to. Yeah.
so I mean, in this, I mean, you know, I mean, you say you just got out and started really getting active doing it in 2019, and then 2020 hits. How is 2020 and all this COVID stuff impacting what you want to do right now?
Oh, it's I don't feel it like, yeah, I'm bummed, but I don't feel like it's a complete damper. I mean, like there's still a lot of great things to do in the US, and like of course I'm thinking of things I want to do abroad, but like how to say it, but I'll just say like if like COVID didn't happen, I think I would have missed out on a lot of things because like it made me slow down and just like because kind of just been going and going and going since 2016, and I lost touch with a lot of like friends, and it was a very self-absorbed thing like or things I was doing. So um, like COVID kind of made me slow down and just like connect with old friends and just like put a different perspective on life in general and where I might want to be. So yeah, it was just a different direction. Like what happened in 2020 made me take a different direction than where I probably would be if it didn't happen.
Mm. I mean, basically, it kind of the only thing I can really say, really, it just kind of impacts your overseas travel. But you pretty much can go around in the United States, though, right?
Yeah, and like there's so many like yeah, even though like COVID is like happening, I was able to like in August I was able to move from Texas and go to California and work as a seller intern. And after like after my month at home, I have a flight to go back to California, and then I'm working on like applying a job at ski resort. So still things to keep me busy and like exciting things to do.
Now, in your travels, though, here in the States, are you worried about getting or connecting with people who have COVID and catching it yourself?
Yeah, that is something I'm definitely cautious of. Like for me personally, my lifestyle, I'm not into like large groups of people or things
Mhm.
like that. Like I mean, yeah, most of what I do is like outdoor recreation or just like small get-togethers with friends outdoors. So I mean, like going to bars or things like that. It's not really something I really think about. So like I do think with my lifestyle, it kind of keeps me out of the hot spots at least, and then I just try my best to like keep myself away from that too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, that was my biggest fear. I personally had to go in August. I had to go to California and get on a plane. And I know my wife just got back from New York, and it's just that seeing the way the rest of the country handles it. You know what I mean? It's like I think we're handling it one way here in Dallas. I'm sure you're handling it a whole nother way in Houston, and we're still in the same state.
Yeah.
But it seems to be handled differently in location to location. But it's always seems to be the individual fear. I got on the plane in August. I didn't fear it at all. I didn't feel like I was going to catch it or, what I mean, or anything like that. And I didn't know if that was something you have, what I mean, the fear of connecting with someone who might have it.
I'm not like I'm staying cautious. That's what
Mhm.
I'm definitely staying cautious, but not trying to overly stress myself out about it because I think there's a balance. Yeah,
Sure.
like be cautious, but don't be super paranoid or try not to be. Like I think just a healthy amount of caution will keep you safe. Mhm.
So one of our listeners, actually, Robert, COVID saw me pull back into one circle and then enabled stepping into the person that has been developing within me. So it's like, have you gotten into any personal like development through this whole thing going, this is a good time to reflect on me and fix?
Yeah, I guess going back to like, so yeah, like after high school, it was kind of just going and going and going. And I guess when you're like going so much, you kind of put off a lot of things that, I mean, like from the outside, it looks like you're doing all these cool things, but like it kind of just like allows you to put a lot of things off and just like, oh, I'll worry about that later. Just like, or I don't know, can't worry about that now. I got to go off and do this other thing and then another thing. But when everything's like kind of taken away, then it's like, oh, you just gotta focus on like this, like all the things you've been putting off. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've felt a little bit of that. Yeah.
And I see Cindy Leash, who actually she does the bucket list show, saying it's awesome. So it's like those are you two need to connect and do a show together.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you looking at when this lifts in 2021? Where are some places that you're thinking about going that you've not been yet to, Sarah?
Good question. Well, yeah, like after working as a first year as a seller intern, like I definitely see myself doing that again and overseas. A lot of people recommended like Australia or New Zealand to me, so that's definitely something on my side. Or like on wineries in South America. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So something like that. And yeah, I'm also on this website called workaway.com, which is how I found the work exchange in Santa Fe. It's kind of like where you like can exchange work for a room or board or something like that. And one of them I found was like a free diving, free diving business in the Philippines. And that's like, I'd say free diving is one of my passions in life. So I definitely want to get back into that somewhere, and get to experience that again.
Cool. So it's awesome to hear that, the stuff that you still want to do. First of all, are you old enough to drink wine yet?
Well, yeah. Oh yeah. I've been legal for a long time.
I'm sorry. I've seen pictures of you for years, and I still picture you as this 14-year-old little girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Doing the adventure with wine, and then that was the one you did in New Mexico. You did, you were doing what, snowboarding?
Snowboarding, yes.
Yeah. And was that when you found that gig, was that something that was like you kind of stumbled upon, or kind of like you knew you liked to snowboard and ski stuff?
I first snowboarded in 2018. Yeah, and and then I went to Santa Fe through the work exchange, so I was just like mostly childcare, and I would just went up the mountain one day to like snowboard, and one of the instructors, like we kind of hit off and talked, and she told me, oh, we're hiring, and like I thought, and she just told me you should apply, and I thought, okay, and I applied, and like when I applied, I'd only snowboarded 6 days in my entire life, but when they asked me how long I'd snowboarded, I just said about 2 years. I didn't further elaborate, and they didn't ask, so I just said, just 2 years, and but I know I was just crossing my fingers, oh come on, I want this job and I want that ski pass, just and like I got the call saying like they would take me on. So oh, all right, like once they saw me ride, they got the idea. Okay, this there's something missing here, because like my riding wasn't too good then, but it's gotten better, and yeah, so I'd always wanted to snowboard, and I was really excited when I got to.
Now, I mean, you've gotten some things that you've learned to enjoy. Have you ever gotten into something and go, oh my God, I wished I would have done this? How long's my contract till I'm done? I mean, you've gotten into any of them yet?
Not yet, or actually to become like, actually my first work exchange in Santa Fe, it wasn't the best experience. It could have been better, but like no discredit to her, she had a lot on her plate, but yeah, towards the end of my exchange, like it was a kind of like a bit passive aggressive attitude, and I was like kind of living in the backyard in a 10 by 10 load shed. I mean, it was nicely put together and stuff, but like, yeah, the vibes I got towards the end wasn't the most like healthy or like beneficial for both parties, but made it through. And but past that, I haven't I haven't been doing as much like work exchanges. Yeah, I haven't done as much before.
Okay, so in this work exchange, all right, is it contract periods of time, or is it I'm going to just try this out for a while and when I'm done, I'm going to leave?
Oh yeah. So yeah, usually there's no like with my first work exchange, yeah, there kind of was like this I don't know that word, but like kind of this impromptu like contract, but like it wasn't, I don't know how legally binding it was, but yeah, like we did sign a period of date. But I think usually, well, it depends on the work exchange, but usually it's kind of just verbal, and you agree, and then you'll show up for a period of time. And I think you do have the option of backing out if it's really just not healthy or beneficial. But yeah, usually I guess it just depends. There's like sometimes there is paperwork and sometimes there's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, my main thing when I was thinking about that is like, I mean, you walk into a job and, I have several jobs that I've done over the years, and I'm sure your dad's same way.
Mm-hmm.
It is like we sign we have an agreement. Sometimes it's written down, sometimes not, but it's like, okay, you're doing this for 18 months or for 12 months or 6 months or 3 months. And like, you're stuck there. You know what I mean? And like, you better make the best of it because you're stuck there for the 3 months, And I was wondering if that was the case. What are the the adventures that you are now sitting down and writing down? This is what I'm going to look into doing that you haven't done yet. You have like a bucket list type thing of I want to find an opportunity for.
Yeah, I have a few ideas. Yeah, like something on my radar is to be a whitewater guide. That's something I hadn't done before. And actually, like before the 2020 situation happened, I was going, like, after the ski season, it was my plan to apply, because in Santa Fe there's a lot of like whitewater rafting guides. So that was something I was going to do this summer, but didn't quite work out. But that is on my radar, and I would like to be a horse trail guide, like like some family friends of ours live in Fredericksburg. Ooh, let me go to sleep. Hold on. Oh, plug in. Oh wait, one moment. Oh, I think the computer. Can you still see me?
I can still see you. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Her computer going dark on us. So we're talking today, Sarah Kozielski, and Sarah. I've known Sarah and her dad for a long time. Have attended our events up here, and Sarah tends to travel around the world, and she's a young teenage girl who basically is just living her adventures. So while she's getting back up here on screen, you know what I mean? She did give me a website that she'll have up and going here for you guys to check her out, sarahsventures.com. So sarahsventures.com, that will be up and going here soon. But go ahead and follow her and get to know her. I'm sure that we had problems getting connected today. So I'm sure she's fixing that problem again. This is things that happen when you're doing a live show and you're not used to it. So she'll be back. She just totally popped off the screen. So I'm sure she'll pop back in here in a minute, and we'll watch that. Mail the most of that dash. Sorry, Cindy. I'm trying to mail the most of that dash. I'm trying to nail the most of that dash. Is that what you meant to say? Anyway, Cindy, I'm not sure what you meant on that. But anyway, following her soon. Love the yeah. So this is just goes to show you make. Yeah, I thought that's what. Yeah. You gotta love it, Cindy, when you mistype things. What can I say? You mistype things. Anyway, so our today's show is there we go. Now we get the hashtag to actually make it work. So you gotta love it when computers and faults go long. That's what she's trying to fix right now. We're still waiting for her to get back up here on screen. So, I mean, if you're out there and you're actually doing, stuck in a COVID world, what are the adventures that you're writing down that you're going to do? Some of, as I said to Sarah, I'm in my 50s. I still don't think I'm grown up. But like, how many of us are not actually writing down what we want to do? This COVID thing will be over someday. I hope our world's still here. I mean, you talk about some of the people in the world actually thinking the world's going to end. But I hope our world's still here and we can still go out and do things. But while we're restricted in the house, it's okay to start making plans again. My wife and I, we try to make plans and some of the last minute things just don't seem to work. There we go. I think we're going to bring her back here.
Goodness. Yes.
You back on?
Yeah. I'm having good old computer. Yes, but it's okay. Okay. We switched to the basic one. All right.
So we were just trying to talk a little bit about your adventures here. And
what was the, oh wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but yeah, there you go.
Oh no, now I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. She can't hear me now.
Oh.
We can hear you, Sarah. So
okay. Yeah, it's just you froze up for a second. Okay. What was
that's probably you've probably got a really weak connection. I'm sure you're doing with Wi-Fi, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, Sarah, what is some areas that you've not been to in the United States yet?
Not been to there's a lot of places. Yeah. Only place I've been to, I haven't spent hardly any time on the East Coast yet. Okay. Not sure how, it's all right, but I kind of prefer the Midwest, like Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, California. That whole area is a little bit where more of my interest lies, but
yeah, I personally like the Midwest and the Western more but I grew up in the East. But if you do get a chance to go to the East, what is something you'd want to do there?
That's a good question. I haven't thought of. It hasn't been on my radar much at all. Because
the East Coast has the Appalachian Trail. It's a great hike. I love the Appalachian Trail. I've hiked on it a couple times. The East Coast, it's got like upstate New York, New England. The skiing's not as big up there. It's big, but like I grew up in the Pocono Mountains where we had ski slopes everywhere, but our ski slopes are puddle jumps compared to what you got in New Mexico and Colorado, But I grew up I could water ski, but like I never snow skied,
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. And sometimes the stuff that's on the East Coast is just a little bit different than the stuff that's on the West Coast. And it's like, I'm trying to sit there and look and go, what adventures would you do out there that would be an adventure?
Part of it's kind of cold water. And yes, the Appalachian, I think it'd be cool to do a road trip through it, but I'm not sure if I'd live I'd live there to for a little while.
Now there is a road trail that goes through the Appalachian Mountains. It's called the something Parkway, and I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, very, very beautiful scenery to be up on top of the mountains up there and drive a roadway. But it's like 25 miles an hour the whole way, and it goes from like the top of like Virginia all the way down through like the Carolinas. But like growing up, we used to go hiking on what was called the Appalachian Trail, which starts like way up in New England and goes all the way through into, into Georgia, I think. So, yeah. It's a long thing. But like the beaches, I grew up on the beaches of the East Coast, and, I think the water is warmer on the East Coast beaches, but the West Coast beaches are cooler because you get to watch the sunset on them. So anyway,
Wow. Oh, yeah.
So are you into camping or not into camping?
I mean, I like to tent camp, but my preference is car camping because yeah, and I've car camped in my car because I can just well, my dad and I we built like a box in the back, so it's like it's semi converted to live in.
Hmm.
So what I really like about it, I can just park it almost anywhere, and then the tent is set up for me. It's just in the back, and with the tent, you have to take everything out, put it up, take it down, roll it up, put it away. It's just and when you get to places late and it's cold and it's just kind of the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I rode I did a motorcycle trip where I had a tent and I had to pop the tent up, and I tried to get my riding done by like 5 p.m, so I could have a tent set up and maybe take a hot shower before I crawl into bed.
Yeah.
But so often, you know what I mean, that idea that tent and travel is like, you know what I mean, you travel till dark and then try to find a spot. Well, now you got to set your tent up in the dark. And
Yeah.
I have set up my tent on the Appalachian Trail in pitch dark. So I've done it, just so you know. It's not fun, but I've done it.
It's
Don't want to do it
doable,
again,
yeah.
but I've done it.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you were to sit back, I mean, you know what I mean? I ask most of my people who come on the show, I'm asking them, if you can go back to a younger age, what will you tell yourself? But your case, you're still young and doing it. What is something that, you know what I mean, you want to label as an accomplishment when you get to be our age in your 50s?
In the 50s. I guess just experiencing as much as you can while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like that's my kind of my I can't really think far ahead at all. No, I can't think too much far ahead. I'm not much of a planner, but yeah, I just like my general idea right now is just to just yeah, everyone just gets one shot at life, and so you gotta make the most of it while you can and while you're here and while you're able, because it doesn't make too much sense to like wait for things when don't know if you'll still be here.
Well, let me twist this a little bit and take this on a different route around what I do. All right, of helping people. Are you logging and taking photographs and writing down your journey to be able to pass on in like a book or blog format?
Yes, I do take a lot of pictures and
So,
everything.
are you doing a lot? I guess then you're doing a lot on Instagram with the pictures right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you think maybe someday you're going to put this into a book, or what do you think you might do with the long term of creating the content and the information from this?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not so sure about a book, but I mean, vlogs and blogs are a bit easier, especially when you're traveling and on the road are a lot. Yeah, just you can just like upload it immediately. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and that is usually I mean, even when I did my road trips, I mean, I wasn't able to stop and log it as much as I would have liked to. But it's like, you know what I mean? It does become easier, but long term, I mean, if you could think long term onto it, that's why I wish I would have thought more long term and had it written down more to be able to make it into a book now. So Cindy Lee's asking if you are on TikTok.
No, I'm not. I do not have TikTok or Snapchat. I do not understand those social
Yeah, they're the
two. Yeah.
confusing ones. I don't deal with them either.
Like
I barely get Instagram. I do Facebook, Twitter, and blog and videos. That's what I do. So
I don't have Twitter either. Just Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a book. You can do it. She said Robert says you can do this 1 page a day. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is that
Anyway. So I mean, have you looked into, or I shouldn't say, has it appeared in any format that there might become, you know what I mean, a partner in life to go through this, or are you just going, you know what, I'm single for the time being and not worried about it?
That is also a good question. Well, like I just roll with whatever goes. It's yeah, it's like it's not something you like actively search for while you're traveling, because I mean you're traveling and gonna be there temporarily. But just yeah, it's yeah, like I said, I don't think too much far ahead or worry about it. It's just I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah, and it just seems like, sometimes those things happen when you least suspect it. But I mean, I didn't know if there was ever like a thought as to, well, if this happens, what am I going to do now? It's
I
always a girl or a guy who messes up our plans. I'm just saying, Sarah.
Yeah, I I can I can see how that happens. Mhm.
um, so now that what is the next adventure you say that you've got planned that you're going on right now? Or, I mean, you said you've been home for about month and a half or so, but what's the next one you're going on?
So I have a flight back to California, and actually today I have a phone interview for like a ski patrol dispatcher position at a Heavenly Ski Resort.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping for a good result with that. Yeah, so
Well, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I mean? It's so at least you're looking into what the next one's going to be. And, you know, it's, I'm still looking for my next gig too. So don't worry about it.
yeah, yeah. I'm just
I'm a
hoping it's
speaker. I've got to try to find my next speaking gig all the time. So
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. I'm just hoping it's ski resort related, because I really miss the snow and the mountains and snowboarding. Like, yeah, since our season was cut short last year, I've just been thinking about that, just snowboarding again.
Hmm. Hmm. So I guess that you would rather do this the snowboarding than say going to the beach, huh?
Right now, at least. Yeah.
No. Interesting, interesting. So anyway, what advice would you give to someone else who would like to consider this lifestyle of going from adventure to adventure?
I would say, like, if you're thinking about it and want to do it, just do it. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's story backgrounds are different. Like other people have more commitments or etc. But if it's something you want to do, like I don't know, anything, like start a book,
Mhm.
rock climb, or just start something new, just do
Well,
it.
I know. Now I know your dad's got a financial background and he's very, very good planner. Did that help in you being able to plan so that you could do this? Because I know some people are like, I'd like to do that, but like I've got a wife, a house, and you know what I mean, a job, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you were able to at least plan that because of the education you had from your father.
Oh, plan what
Plan
exactly?
like financially to be able to live your life this way, as
Oh,
opposed to I could not give up. I have 3 houses. I could not give up and just walk away and live in my car right now because I have to pay for 3 houses, type planning is what I'm talking about.
oh, right, got it. I
Mhm.
guess like that's my dad. He just yeah, watching him or like we never. I don't think we ever sat down had a real deep talk about money or like how to save or etc. But I don't like. But I guess it was just ingrained in our lifestyle. We go to garage sales to buy things. We just hardly buy anything retail except if it's food or things like that.
Yeah,
But
I kind of would advise against buying your food at a garage sale. Probably not the best food you're going to get.
yeah, right. But yeah, just save money. And I don't know. I worked a fair amount. Yeah, through yeah. I worked at got started actually working when I was 17 and just saved all my money. Just didn't feel the need to spend it on things and was able to yeah, just been I just started saving money as soon as it started coming in, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
Cool.
definitely do thank my dad for kind of teaching me how to save money. Just like you don't instead of buying retail, you can go to resale and garage sales, Goodwill. Yeah, just there's a lot of things we really don't need in life, and that's something he's taught me. Mhm.
That's a good thing. So, well, Sarah, I know I've asked you to provide a website so that people can actually connect with you. What is that website? And you know what I mean? And yeah, I know you probably don't have it up and going right now, but I'm sure you're going to have it up and going the next couple of days.
Yes. Well, it is called sarahsventures.com. Yeah.
Good. And in the meantime, all right, that's good. When you get it up, it's going to connect them to all your social channels and they can follow you and stuff like that. Correct?
Yes.
Cool. So, Sarah, I mean, I appreciate you coming on today's show and sharing with us your information and the fact that you're out there traveling and living your dream. All right. And what advice would you give to the guests who are listening about their dreams right now? They're thinking about leaving and going and living their dream. What advice would you give to them as a young child?
I would say, if you're able, like, try not to overthink it so much, or just like think about what might happen or this or that. Because I guess what I live by the most is like, we only get one shot at life, and you don't know how long you're here. And I'm like, I mean, I like, something I heard that really stuck with me is like, it's kind of it's ungrateful to assume you have 5, 10, 20 years left to live, because I don't know, it's not up to us. So it's just gotta need to live in the present. And it is true, I mean, live like you'll die tomorrow, because I don't know, things happen.
Yeah. Very, very, very true. So, well, Sarah, again, I appreciate you coming on the broadcast today and sharing your story. But before we go, I've got to play a little game with you. It's called This or That.
All right.
I have actually compiled about 9 questions to ask you, where you get to choose one or the other. And
Okay.
I've taken a couple of the adult ones out there because I don't think you've lived that yet. So yeah. But anyway, I think they're really unique questions. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. Number 1, I ask everybody, Star Wars or Star Trek?
I'll say Star Trek. I
Star
actually
Trek?
have not seen either one.
Oh, you haven't? Because it's Star Trek. I mean, immediately I got to ask the question, like, is it Kirk or Picard? So, I mean, but but you've at least seen some of them, right?
Like, I think I saw the first Star Wars when I was in daycare. Oh
Okay.
my, and that was it's a shame I haven't seen either one.
Wow. How about this one here? Along with what you're telling us you're doing, all right, would you rather be snowboarding or go surfing?
Uh-oh. Oh, depends where I'd be surfing, but
Okay, so we're going to pick. Okay, you're either going to surf in San Diego or you're going to ski in Denver. Which is it?
okay. But I'm gonna go with snowboarding.
Okay, when it comes to doing your dress, are you a dress up kind of girl, or would you rather be wearing yoga pants?
I'm not yoga pants, because they don't have pockets. I can't stand with pants without pockets. So, but yeah.
But you're not someone who likes to dress up in dresses, though, are you?
Not unless I have to. So we'll say yoga pants.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, you're more the casual type person, not the dress up person. I think that. So, so now we go to a food subjects. How about tacos or hamburger? Which ones would you rather have?
Taco.
Tacos? Yeah. New Mexico, come on. There's got to be New Mexico, Texas. There's got to be a taco connection if you're in those two.
Yes, New Mexico with the green chili and taco. Oh my gosh. That's choice.
So in New Mexico, there's a couple wineries that we've gone to. Gwen and I have gone to New Mexico that have a green chili, hatch chili wine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've got some here at the house still. I think I have 3 bottles left still. Every time I go to New Mexico, I stock up on that stuff, man.
Oh, yes.
Yep. How about coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea? Are you a green tea or a black tea?
I really like a good jasmine tea. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I like a good like jasmine and herbal teas too. I'm more of an herbal tea person. But I like that minty green tea with lemonade for in the summertime over ice. That's just what I love. Yeah. So in your travels, would you rather fly or drive?
Oh, I'd say, well, fly to get somewhere, depending how far it is. But yeah, but I guess overall drive, because you get like a different perspective, like driving, and feels more like you're actually living there versus
Mm.
flying. Of course, you'll miss some things
Yeah.
along the way.
So true. So true. I mean, I literally in August, I flew to California to drive a friend's car back here, and I enjoyed the drive more than the flight.
Mhm.
So this is kind of like a reiteration of an earlier question. How about mountains or beach? If you had to pick your place to live for the rest of your life, you want to live on the beach or you want to live in the mountains?
Mhm. Oh. Right now, I'll say beach because
Beach.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
just thinking about Orchid Island off of Taiwan, that crystal clear water and all the coral and tropical fish. Oh my gosh. Just
Wow.
trying to Mhm.
I got to see the pictures of that.
Mhm.
When you're riding in your car, do you listen to a podcast or music?
Um, if I'm tired, music. I have energy, podcast.
Okay. All right. And my last ones that I'm going to ask here is the toilet paper. Does it go over on the roll or under?
Under.
Under?
Yeah.
Okay. We have an under.
Mhm.
And my last one, I always ask this one, and I don't know if it relates to you or not, because I always ask boxers or briefs.
Hmm. I would.
I didn't think you'd have an opinion on that, but I'm going to at least throw it in there. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, hmm. I think boxers box up, so I'll just say briefs. You'll get a more streamlined. Makes more sense.
See, the quiz is not that hard. Anyway.
Why wear pants under pants? Yeah, it's like
Good point. All right. I've had a lot of people come on and say, what underpants? I don't wear them at all. Anyway. So Sarah, one more time, tell them the website so they can come and find you. All right. And find out more about you.
Hey, it's sarahsventures.com.
sarahsventures.com. Well, thank you for coming on today's broadcast, sharing with our audience your journey, and keep traveling, keep living your dream like you are. I appreciate it.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, Tim. All right,
Yep.
thanks for your time.
So to you, the listener, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. All right, please go check out sarahsventures.com. Be up real soon. You go check it out. Get to know Sarah and find out more about her as she travels. I'm Tim Gillette with the Tim Gillette Show. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast, timgilletteshow.com. Take you over to Apple and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tim Gillette. I'm Tim Gillette.